Hello everyone, welcome to my biology classes. So this is the part 3 from the chapter Animal Kingdom. So in our previous video we have already discussed about phylum number 1, that is Porifera, and now in this video we are going to discuss about phylum number 2, that is Coelenterata. It is also known as Cnidarians. Okay, so let's start the phylum number 2, that is Coelenteratas. So let's see some characteristic features of it. The first point, it is saying they are aquatic. Okay, so they lives in the watery environment. Mostly they prefer the marine environment, not the freshwater environment. Is it clear? And some of the Coelenteratas are sessile, means they are attached to the substratum. They can't move. They are non-motile. But some are free swimming, means they are motile. Some of them are there which are non-motile and some of them are there which are motile. Is it clear? Then coming to the third point, that is saying it is the level of organization here is tissue level of organization. In the introductory video we have already discussed about it. Tissue level of organization we can see in Coelenterata. They are diploblastic, means two germ layers are present, outer ectoderm and inner endoderm. Is it clear? Okay, then here you can see what type of symmetry, radially symmetry you can see, means we can divide it into one or more plan. We will get two equal identical halves. Okay, so it is radially symmetrical. They are acoelomate, means there is no any kind of body cavity, means no coelom. Is it clear? Okay, then moving on to the next slide. So here can you see the diagram? You have to refer to the diagram for this. So it is saying the central gastrovascular cavity has a single opening that is known as hypostome. Okay, so can you see here the gastrovascular cavity? This is the gastrovascular cavity. Okay, so here it is saying it is having one single opening. So this is the opening, can you see? This is the opening, hypostome it is named as. Okay, this is the opening, it is the hypostome. Is it clear? And this hypostome is surrounded by this tentacular structure, this one. These are the tentacles which is surrounding the hypostome. This one is the opening, hypostome. Okay, single opening of the gastrovascular cavity. So here in this point it is saying the central gastrovascular cavity has a single opening known as hypostomes, okay, which is surrounded by sensory tentacles. So these tentacles are having some sensory. Okay, is it clear? Let me clear this out. What is hypostome? Only one opening is there of the gastrovascular cavity, and this hypostome is surrounded by a sensory tentacles. Is it clear? Then moving on to the next slide. So since we have already discussed about that it is having some kind of tentacles, so let me draw for you. So it is having this tentacular structure. Okay, so in this tentacles there are cells which are known as cnidoblast, or we can say cnidocyte cells are present. So small there are millions of it present here. In one tentacles there are many present. Change it the color. So these are cnidoblast or cnidocyte cells present over the tentacles. There are many. Okay, I'm just showing few of them. So likewise it is present over the tentacles. Is it clear? Which are present on the tentacles, which contain nematocyst stinging capsule. So one single cnidoblast cell will contain this nematocytes or stinging capsule. So can you see this nematocytes diagram? Here this is a nematocyte, means this structure, there are many which are present over the tentacles. Okay, so whenever there is any kind of prey or predator coming near the Coelenterata, so what this will feel the sensation of the touch. So it can feel, no, whenever some object is coming, so you can feel it, no. So here also this will act as a trigger. Then what happened, this whole part which is inside the it is present in the over the tentacles, which is inside, but whenever there is any kind of prey or predators, what will happen, this whole structure will come out like this. It has come out with a thread, it will come out. This will act as a stinging capsule. Okay, that's why it is said, na, the whenever you see a jellyfish comes under this Coelenterata, whenever you see a jellyfish, you should not touch it, because it will burn your skin, because this stinging capsule, there are millions, no, in one tentacles there are many. So whenever if you touch encounter any kind of jellyfish, the skin will be burned out. Okay, is it clear? So because of what you will get burned out? Because of this tentacles are having this cnidoblast or cnidocytes cells present, and which contains this nematocyte stinging capsule. Whenever it is in contact with it, the thread will come out. This thread, you can see, this will come out. The stinging capsule will come out and it will harm you. Is it clear? So you understood the role of cnidoblast. It will help in the attachment, anchorage also, attached to the substratum also. It will help to catch the prey from it. Helps in the protection from any kind of predators and all. Okay, is it clear? So moving on to the next slide. So here the digestion is extracellular and intracellular both. Can you differentiate between what is extracellular and intracellular digestion? So in case of extracellular digestion, means it is happening outside the cell. Means in the alimentary canal it is happening, in the digestive system only it is happening. In a particular system it is happening. Okay, and intracellular means it is happening inside the cell, inside the food vacuole it is happening. Okay, is it clear? So next point, it is saying some Cnidarian corals, okay, have calcium carbonate skeleton. Is it clear? Then moving on to the next slide. So this is very important. So Coelenteratas, we can see Coelenteratas in two different forms, that is one polyp stage and one medusa stage. Polyp stage and medusa stage. Okay, see in the diagram also you can see polyps and medusa. Okay, so here polyps are generally sessile, means they are attached to the substratum. They are sessile and their structure is cylindrical. Can you see here? Example is Hydra and Adamsae. This is a picture showing Hydra and Adamsae, where you can see polyp structure which is sessile and cylindrical. Is it clear? Then Medusa is umbrella like structure. It is umbrella shaped. You can see in the picture it is more like umbrella. It is free swimming, not sessile, means they are motile. Is it clear? Example is Aurelia and jellyfish. Jellyfish can freely move in and around. They are motile. Is it clear? So two forms you can see in Coelenterata. One is polyps and one is medusa. Is it clear? You can go through the diagram also. Here hypostome, this opening is showing here. Here it is showing tentacles, it is showing here. Here also it is showing tentacles. Gastrovascular cavity, this one, and here this one. Is it clear? Okay, then moving on to the next slide. It is saying that in some coelenterators, like Obelia is one of the example of coelenterata, you can see alternation of generation. Means alternation of generation means what? Metagenesis it is called. Means both the forms you can see in this particular organism, that is Obelia. Both the forms, both polyps and medusa. But how? This polyps form undergoes asexual reproduction to form the medusa stage. Okay, and this medusa produces polyps sexually. Is it clear? Means what? In case of Obelia, suppose this is Obelia. So what happens? This polyps will undergoes asexual reproduction to form the medusa stage, and this medusa will undergo sexual reproduction to form the polyp stage in case of Obelia, which shows the alternation of generation and also known as metagenesis. Clear? Okay, then moving on to the next slide so that it is more clear to you. So can you see, I'll zoom in. This is a what? This is a Obelia. This is a polyp structure. Okay, this is a polyp structure, and through asexual mode of reproduction, it is giving out what? Medusa, one male medusa, one female medusa, which are freely swimming medusa through asexual reproduction. Okay, then what happened? From the male one, the sperm will come out, and from the female, the egg will come out. Okay, and what happened? Can you see the sperm and egg? The sperm is coming and this egg is coming from the medusa, male and female medusa. And what happened? They will undergo fertilization to form the zygote. Is it clear? They are forming the zygote in this stage. Then what is happening? This zygote is developed into blastula stage. Then it will undergoes a planula larva. Okay. Then it will mature to form a hydrula, a mature body, that is a polyp's body it will form. Is it clear how it is undergoing the life cycle? How from a polyps, this plant body, that is plant-like body, it is the polyp stage. Then it will form the medusa stage. Male, female medusa, can you see? And from this male and female medusa, sperm and egg will come out respectively. Then it will undergo fertilization. Then it will after fertilization it will give what? Zygote. Then this zygote will develop to form blastula. Then planula larva it will form. Then hydrula it will form. Then again the cycle continues. It will again form a polyp's body. This is a life cycle showing the Obelia. Okay, is it clear? Okay, then moving on to the next slide. Okay, let's see some example of coelenterators which you have to know for your entrance examination perspective. Mandarin are known as brain coral. We'll see the pictures. Adamsae, the common name is sea anemone. Okay, Gorgonia is your sea fan. Physalia is known as Portuguese man of war. Clear? Okay, let's see some picture of it. Mandarin, that is also known as brain coral. It's look like brain, that's why it is called brain coral. Okay, it is mandarin, which is a coelenterata. Then moving on to the next slide. Adamsae, they are known as sea anemone. This is the structure of Adamsae. It is known as sea anemone. Okay. Then moving on to the next slide. Gorgonia is known as sea fan. The structure is somewhat like a fan, you can see. So it is known as Gorgonia, sea fan. Okay. Then moving on to the next slide, Physalia, which is known as Portuguese men of war. Why it is known as Portuguese men of war? Because it looks like a Portuguese ship, which sometimes is visible and sometimes not visible. It's like that. Some theories are there. So that's why it is known as Portuguese men of war. Okay, Physalia. Is it clear? So example you have to know properly and don't get confused. So that's all for today. Thank you for your patient hearing.